impartiality from the private sector. Recommendation in section 8.3, it is recommended to have the implementation of some fit and proper criteria for the position of commissioner. Mr. Warmington's position was dealt with yesterday, so we don't need to read that. So that is clause 8. Mr. Nash.
Chair, I just want to, I'm sorry, Chair, but I just wanted us to go back to 7. Is it that we're saying that we are accepting the recommendation of the Permanent Secretary's Board to allow Section 7 only to relate to the disclosure of information in relation to an investigation? So that's what it says.
No.
No, but I'm saying that's what it says. So I'm trying to figure out what is the correct thing.
What we recognize is that there was a need for the act to be tweaked. And that, I think, is what members have been suggesting, that yes, there is need for it to be tweaked. The appropriate language will have to be found by you, Ms. Brown and Mr. Simmons. But I think you get the sense of what the committee wants there.
No.
And I think that's probably what is worrying you.
Yes.
Blessings, everybody. Yeah, man. Good evening. Good evening. We're going to set back the studio, you know, because we are in the studio today. Very comfortable. And we have some things today, you know, we have some receipts we want to bring forward because it's now that we know that the labor rights, they are connected. We have some things for them this evening. So stay tuned.
Are not. And so what is being sought in the end is for a language to enable the law as it relates to the protection of the right of the individual is preserved. I think that's the issue in the end. Yes, SC.
So what exactly is the amendment being proposed to Section 7?
I think it's fair to say, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, in fact, from what the SG also commented on yesterday, that it must be interpreted to mean that if you get the consent of the member for verification, there's no problem. But if the IC needs to verify information, it can get that
from the
either from the consent of the person or from a court. Is that my understanding, SG? In other words, the IC should not be at large where it can just get information without some sort of understanding of what the Privy Council case said. Can you elaborate? Because my understanding of the Privy Council case is that the only basis on which you can really ask a third party for information, first, if you're doing an investigation or you need information which is not forthcoming without getting it from the third party. Can you clarify that first, SG?
I recall what you said yesterday with regards to whether it is a law that is needing to be fixed or it is the process, and that perhaps it is a process that we need to look at. But let me hear from you.
But I realize that it seems to be an issue with the general application of 7 and then how it relates to the powers being undertaken in sections, where are they now? You see, I think that is a problem, that there is no link. I think that's the issue. There's no signpost, there's no link with Section 7, and I'll find it in a minute. But my colleague to my left has been agitating for a certain position, which I just heard being said where, okay, so right now, the commission has a power where it says a personal body shall cooperate with the commission in the exercise of its functions, and it's all the functions. which is why this is of general application. And the court interpreted it in the literal meaning. But then 3 says the court may, on an application made by the commission without notice, order any person or body to provide the information. So it is, the act recognizes that a person may say no, and then the commission now to get the information has to go to court, which is what they did.
Yes.
There is a view
Blessed is the man that walketh
That-
not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, live on Caribbean Radio HD. Big up on yourself over there in the United States. All the people in the chat room at Caribbean Radio. Sister Christine, Sister Pat, good evening. Truth is not always accepted, because my mother told me, and I have learned and grown to now understand that truth is an offense. When you speak truth, unadulterated truth, you will offend people. Call everybody, because this evening we are going to speak some truth. And this digital age also gives us an option to bring forth receipts for the truth. Brother Bailey, it is easier for some people to believe a lie than believe the hardcore truth. Hardcore truth. And that's what we pride ourselves on the Colin Bell Show. We have no intention of misleading anybody, of covering up or telling lies. If we say something and it's not so, and you come to us with the evidence, we are in haste to recognize the truth. I don't claim to be balanced. It would be nice to be balanced. But I never claim balance. Because like all human beings, I have my biases. I am a member and a supporter of the People's National Party. And I make no bones about that. But I, Colin Bell, possess the capacity and the love for Jamaica to put this piece of rock before the politics. Jamaica first, then politics. Politics for me is a tool to be used to better the lives of the people. Some people use politics the wrong way. Some people use politics for their own personal gains and get rich on the back of poor people. Some people are well-intended, but just lacks the capacity to do the job that they are there to do, because it is a job for them and not a work. Leaders are born. Leaders are ordained by God. But for those of us who are Christians, we must know that we can choose bad leaders. We can choose wrong leaders. And therefore, bad men strive where good people keep quiet. And the bad man will also try to ensure that good people keep quiet. But the Bible also tells us that the truth must be revealed. I know that God is real. Autocracy is a word that every Jamaican should research and look around to see if what is happening now can be considered autocracy being hidden using democracy. Sonia, it is no longer being hidden. It is at the forefront of what is happening. The veil has been removed. I call it a dictatorship. When you hear the utterance of Minister of Local Government Desmond McKenzie, it's not on the labor rights can angle the truth. A very few people in life, when you lick them with their truth, can angle it. Most people, and that's why truth is an offense. Truth lick people like sledgehammer, you know. When you tell people the truth, then cuss your dog rotten, you know. People will kill you when you tell them the truth about them, you know. Yes. Some of them, when they know that is the truth. When I say this government is the most corrupt we have ever seen in this country, people vex with me, malice me, hate me. But they have never sat down to go through the file. They have never seen it on paper or the list long. Because there's also a saying that there is none so blind than he that refused to see. But let me start the program on a good note, because yesterday, and I want to thank everybody who tuned in yesterday to the show, we were in Kingston. So we were broadcasting from Kingston City yesterday. And this is the reason why we were in Kingston yesterday.
You're supposed to answer, sir. But you are indeed correct. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely some traditions are worth honoring, and none more so than the legacy of our longest standing culinary celebration. The oldest food festival award goes to the iconic Boston Jerk Festival. Congratulations, Boston. Anybody inside here has never been to Boston Jerk Festival? We're gonna fix things this year. We're gonna fix that. Don't worry about it. Congratulations to Boston Jerk Festival. They serve up the best jerk for some things that your mind can't even wrap around. My gosh. But it tastes so good. And we say thank you so much to our Honorable Minister for making that presentation.
So we were in Kingston yesterday at an event put on by the TEF, the Tourism Enhancement Fund. And I collected the award for Boston Jerk Festival, which happens to be the longest reigning food festival on the island. It was a very proud moment for yours truly to step up and collect the award from the Minister of Tourism, a man who knows me. Yeah, we have met a couple of times before, and he congratulated me, and I, really felt humbled to be honored in that way, and get that award. So that's why we were in Kingston yesterday evening. How we move. We're not going to tell you where we did till after we move. We tell you where we were. So we broadcast from our hotel room yesterday, and maybe that's why the broadcast sounded kind of hollow, because that was the room that we were in, Yes. So a couple of things now, Brother Bailey. And been talking from yesterday about the Auditor General and what has been happening with the Auditor General. They are moving the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission. But I want to show you something, that there are people who have been attacking the Auditor General for quite some time now. And nephew, showerman, the other person who called me second to last yesterday, telling me that I must take off the veil off of my face. Brother, I want to have a reasoning with you. Yes, Nicky Boo, good evening. I want to have a reasoning. And I am happy that the labor rights are calling me now. Because I want them to call me. And I'm not going to rush them like how some people want me to rush them. Me want to talk to them decent because I want to hear the rubbish that they spew. When the man yesterday tell me that Andrew is the best prime minister, better than PJ. And there's a question I want the laborites to think about because I'm going to ask you when you call me. For the last 18 years, since 2007, so you take away 7 from 25, that leave 18. And if you had, 18 years. For the last 18 years, the GLP has been in power for 14 of it. I want to be reminded about the corruptions that hit the PNP administration under the most honorable Portia Simpson Miller. Portia Simpson Miller was prime minister. Peter Phillips was minister of finance. And the present leader of opposition, Mark Golding, was the minister of justice. Don't just let people call. There are matters of misinformation to your audience. Yeah, and we're fixing those. We're not allowing them to come here and mislead the audience. Like the man yesterday who said, up to now, we don't own the toll road. We now own the first toll road that was built by PJ Patterson, is now owned by the people of Jamaica, the government, this government, led by Andrew Holness, put it on the stock exchange and sold shares in it. So that's why I want them come, that we can fix them lie in front of them face. Because when they go to the GLP choir, nobody said to them, no one saw it go. Them not allow them to mislead the listeners. So we're fixing that. But I want to start off today with a clip from Emily Shields. And I'm going to show you that is a long time them for the Auditor General. Long time. This set of GLP people in the parliament been for the Auditor General. I may have to play it so that you don't hear it, so that nobody not say I'm me. Listen to Emily Shields, and you're going to hear some GLP MP going after the Auditor General. Listen to this. And when we come back from that, I'm going to play a next clip with Wami going after the Auditor General. And then I'm going to play a next clip with the Prime Minister going after the Auditor General. So it is a trend. Listen to this.
And when members...
You listen to this.
Chair. Can the Auditor General tell the committee as to who from the Gleaner contacted her?
Mr.
Time
Chairman,
and when?
you listen to this. You listen to this. That's Robert Miller, a first-time member of Parliament. Who is going to tell this guy that he's out of order? Eh? Anybody send Uno latch on to the Auditor General like a silver ticks? Uno come off of the Auditor General's back. Come off of the Auditor General's back, and if you don't want to hop on, find something of substance on which to hop on. You are completely out of order. You and your surrogates, Mr. Miller, completely out of order. It gets worse.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to provide that information. I generally do not provide information at the committee when names are asked. If the member wants to know, then I guess a letter can be written and I'll provide the information. But as I say too, I believe that you can also contact the Jamaica Gleaner for that information.
Chairman, let us move on, Chairman. Let us move on. Mr. Chairman.
Hear the chief buffoon right now.
All right, can I hear the point of order?
Hear it.
Parliament supersedes all court. This is a final court. And when members that are employed to Parliament is brought before Parliament to answer question, we expect to get the answer. When Madam Auditor General is going to say, if a letter is written, then she will find it necessary to answer. Cannot sit. He can't sit. We are here presently, right here now, and we ask a question. If Madam had said to us that she is unable to answer now, and she will seek the answer and then furnish us with it, then fine. But what Madam is doing is simply casting a lot more darkness and shadows over the questions that are being asked. Leaves us to believe, in my opinion, that there's something that is so erroneous that it cannot be said, or she don't want to share. But Mr. Chairman, again, PAC, chaired by you, we are here to get answers. And I'm going to ask that you use your chair. If it so be that you guide the Auditor General as to how PAC committee meeting proceeds and what is expected of the members and also those who are invited here to give answers.
And Member Clark, I would say this before you go, Member Miller. In terms of the questions that have been asked of the Auditor General, I believe the Auditor General acknowledged that she was contacted by the Gleaner and she confirmed that she gave a specific date. Right? The Auditor General has answered and provided some additional information which we asked for last week. The member has asked about a specific who from the Gleaner contacted her. I don't know if it is within the remit of the committee to get into that level of specificity, right? Versus an acknowledgement that yes, she was contacted, but we got some additional information which would have given us some greater context and clarity as to what would have been the source of the article today, which was the concern expressed by Member Sibley's at the outset. I don't know if going into the name of a reporter is going to get us further.
I don't know. The Prime Minister has some thinking to do, you know. The Prime Minister has some thinking to do. Because if this is what we are getting on these committees, what's the point of it? There's another first-time MP whose voice you didn't hear in this exchange because honestly, the last two sittings have been laced with nothing but buffoonery. The young MP from Westmoreland, Western, Moreland Wilson. You better watch it. When we come from country, we come with humility. We no left it when we are come over the highway. And if you leave yours, you better go pick it up back. Whoever sent this team, these guys that were operating as a tag team against the constitutional office holder of the Auditor General, wanna call them off. Call them off. They're operating like empty barrels. absolutely no substance to where they're going, and they're infuriating people's passion. They have certainly succeeded in infuriating mine. And at the end of the day, every single thing that the Auditor General said was her understanding. It has turned out so far to be so, and the senior internal auditor in the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Dillon, has been wrong. And the ways in which they have behaved towards this Auditor General, it is disgraceful.
I know me, I say it.
We should start charging these parliamentarians who don't even yet understand that the parliament is not the highest court in the land. The parliament is not a court. We should start charging a parliamentarian who is asking the Auditor General to whom does she answer, whether to Parliament or to the Cabinet. And when she says to the Constitution, she's a creature of the Constitution, he couldn't understand that. How do you become an MP? You don't understand that. And you ask the question once in your ignorance and the answer is provided, and you ask it twice and thrice, doubly and triply in your ignorance.
Tell her.
Look here, Prime Minister. Call in your people them. Call them in. Their display is disgraceful. Or if you can find other people to put them on committees where they understand what they're about, then do that. And I'm going to strongly suggest that there is time management in these committees. You cannot waste 2 PAC sittings of cumulatively 5.5 to 6 hours and nothing comes out of it, because other committees of value cannot sit. When you're leading with buffoonery from Robert Miller, Dwight Sibley's Heroic Clark, and Moreland Wilson.
So
we've had enough of it now. I certainly have.
So that
you're overstepping your bounds. You either fall back in line or come off the PAC.
No, that clip was from 2023. So may I show you how this administration have been going after the Auditor General, because the Auditor General is very thorough. One of the better civil servants we have on this island. Pamela Monroe Ellis. And when she dig deep. So you know, say, if you are shady, you don't want to see this Auditor General. Now, here our next attack upon the Auditor General. Listen this.
And then reintroduced a topic he has been pushing for about 15 years.
I'm yet to see a complete audited report laid in this House as it relates to the Auditor General's Department.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark pointed out that financial reviews have been tabled in the House and 2 audit reports have been completed by the internal audit team of the Finance Ministry.
Instead of having your audit department does this, you get an outside auditing firm. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why.
You've asked to get all the backlog done.
No, let me tell you why.
I'm going to get alone. Don't ask me to do the job and then tell me how to do it.
No, what I'm saying, the different agencies. Hear me.
You asked for the you asked for the backdated.
But the reason why it's not being done all this time because the agency in your department has scared the Auditor General. You need to get outside auditors. They're afraid of them when they come up and audit you. Then you eat at some adverse report. That's what I'm talking about.
You have asked for the backlog to be addressed. You've been asking for 15 years. I'm here to update you that I have 2 years of the backlog ready, just waiting for the management responses to be completed. And once they're completed, they're going to be tabled here.
The 2 years awaiting feedback from the management team of the Auditor General's Department are 2016-2017 and 2017-2018. In the absence of such reports, Warmington had a list of questions.
What were the lease agreement in terms of the lease for the Waterloo Road property that was occupied by the Auditor General? 2, what lease was in US dollars? 3, what was the time between the sign of the lease and the full occupation of that building on Waterloo Road? Okay? How much was spent to retrofit that building, including computers, not including air conditioned electrical work, for the purpose of the Auditor General. 5, at the time the Auditor General left that building, was the building returned to the condition in which it was leased, or was it returned in the improved condition?
Mr. Warmington also wanted to know the terms of the lease arrangements for the Knutsford Boulevard office and if the government was billed in US dollars. Dr. Clark promised to respond. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
So, you see the trend. They are at the Auditor General, at the Auditor General. Now, we're going to the Prime Minister now, because the Auditor General audited the Prime Minister's social housing program and find a whole heap of duplication, this a overlap, that, and a waste of taxpayers' money. Here the Prime Minister now.
Defeated by there being multiple windows is absolute nonsense. And I wish to point out that not because there are multiple windows to access a benefit, it doesn't mean that there is duplication or inefficiency. We consider it very concerning that such a finding would be found by the Auditor General. You know, there is a saying by a wise philosopher, never put down to malice what could be put down to ignorance and incompetence. So I don't.
So you're the Prime Minister style, the Auditor General? Never put down to malice what could be put down to ignorance or incompetence. Is the Auditor General that the Prime Minister I talk to. Some of brethren who've been asking me about my views on whether or not the Auditor General should sit on the Integrity Commission. At this point, I have heard enough. I've heard from the DPP who said that she, who is a creature of the Constitution, like the Auditor General, that they should not be sitting on certain board. But I think the Integrity Commission is an exception because it is the Auditor General that really keeps the books for the country. She audits central government, local government. And she would have been seeing a lot of things that could assist the Integrity Commission. Therefore, I believe her seat on the Integrity Commission at this time is crucial. I am also concerned about the fact that the Prime Minister is under suspicion. Hold on for me, caller. The Prime Minister is under certain kind of suspicion, under investigation for illicit actions. And therefore, for the Prime Minister at this time to be tinkering with the Integrity Commission, it's not good. It's not good. Now, other members of Parliament have been charged by the Integrity Commission. And you know what they have done so far? They have gone to court because they have been charged. They have gone to court, and when found guilty, they have paid their charges and carry on with their duties. The Prime Minister and himself know that this no look good. And this is untenable. So you know what the Prime Minister did? The Prime Minister took the Integrity Commission to court. Now I think it's a bad move. My lawyer, I had Bert Samuels on here, I think 2 Saturdays ago. And Bert said to me that it is vital because anybody who wants to go to the court have that option, and that includes the Prime Minister. However, the concerns I have with the Prime Minister going to court, with an election pending, what the Prime Minister is saying to Jamaica and Jamaicans, 8 of us in the Parliament are under investigation for illicit actions. Don't watch that. vote for us anyway. We don't know 7, but we know the Prime Minister is 1. Now, I am no legal person, but morally what the Prime Minister should have done was allow the investigation to take place and come out, face the Jamaican people. And I want to call on all media houses this evening that if you are really playing your part as the 4th estate of this country, you must now start asking these politicians, are you under investigation by the Integrity Commission for Illicit Enrichment? Are you one of the 8? That is a question that must be asked now, or else you're doing a disservice to the people of Jamaica. If you can't ask that question, where you tell the people of Jamaica, say? As the 4th estate, who is responsible for holding people to the fire. How you do that? Let me take the first call this evening. Good evening, welcome to the Colin Bell Show, Caribbean Radio HD.
Do you
turn off the instrument in the background?
A WhatsApp number?
This is a WhatsApp number. That's the same number that you're calling.
Let me call back on WhatsApp. I can talk to you longer on WhatsApp then.
Who tell us I can't talk to you long? Call me.
No, I can talk to you longer on WhatsApp.
All right, not a problem. Call me on WhatsApp. Yeah, man. So, we, as the 4th estate, have to be serious. We have to assist the Jamaican people. Kimon Green, Colin Bell, with the Prime Minister. This do or dead. Have you ever watched the movie The Perfect Murder? Hold on for me, caller. Have you ever watched the movie The Perfect Murder? Also named How to Get Away with Murder. That is the governing body in Jamaica. All and everyone is now a murderer. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Question. You say, is the Prime Minister charged with a crime?
No, the Prime Minister has not been charged.
But it does say a while ago that he was charged with a crime. He's been investigated for illicit enrichment.
Did I use the word charge, sir?
I think I heard charge, that's why I called you.
No, but you just repeat what I said, I said he's under investigation for illicit actions.
Illicit actions?
Yes, I am not saying enrichment. I'm saying illicit actions.
Oh, did the report say that?
The report said illicit enrichment.
And his part are because it's company's part, and his part are what? What is it? Which of them is it?
The Prime Minister is under investigation.
The Prime Minister.
Yes, is under investigation for illicit actions. Not the companies, the Prime Minister.
Not the companies.
No, the Prime Minister.
So do you agree? Do you agree that they have found no wrongdoing on the Prime Minister's part? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Because your opinion, but the report they must say that he did something wrong. You know that?
Yes, the report said that.
They are saying that this company, whatever, can't account for $1 million something because him and the company affairs are mixed up together. That is not so.
No, that is not so.
I'm gonna try and get the report and
let me update you.
We can go through together.
Let me update you. The report says that
the report with you? No. I don't want your word. I want the verbatim from the report.
If you don't want it, you can hang up, my brother. If you want it, you can listen. The report
No, but you
said
give me,
the report said
yeah.
$4 million
Yes.
was lodged to the Prime Minister's account by an unknown source. The Integrity Commission have concerns about that.
The Integrity Commission said that. The report said that.
The report said that, yes. The report
Okay.
also said that
Yeah.
charitable funds was
Yes.
used to buy stocks and bonds in the Prime Minister's name. They have concerns.
Was that explained? Was that explained by the bank? Was that explained by the bank?
By the bank?
Did the bank straighten that out? Yeah.
No, that's not. They didn't ask the bank about. Well, they asked the bank about that, and they got some explanation. The Integrity Commission.
So I don't accept that. You don't accept that.
It's not me not accept it, brother. I never me.
Yeah, but but you're talking about it.
No, but hold on. Let me say this to you.
Yeah.
The Integrity Commission is a creature of the Parliament, set up by the Parliament with 5 commissioners, some senior judges, and some lawyers who deal with the investigation.
Yeah.
So, Justice Seymour Panton, former judge of the Court of Appeal, said in the Parliament of Jamaica that the report are not allegations, they are statements of facts. That's what Seymour Panton said. And that's a verbatim quote of Seymour Panton.
Yeah.
They also said that the Prime Minister filed nil tax for some of his companies.
Yes.
They have a problem with those.
You ever owned a company before?
I do own a company, sir.
Have you ever filed nil taxes when you don't make the money? Have you ever filed nil taxes?
Yes, sir. I have filed nil taxes before.
So therefore, there's nothing wrong with filing nil tax. All right, go on, continue.
No, it's not that. There's nothing wrong with filing nil tax, but you file nil tax when you have hundreds of millions going through your account, because also the report said there's over, hold on, man. The report says there's over $400 million going through the Prime Minister's businesses. They have interest in those. So what the Integrity Commission did was ask the FID, the Financial Investigation Division in Jamaica, to further the investigation on the Prime Minister. They also asked, asked the TAJ to carry out further investigation as it relates to the nil filing. So the investigation continues. The Prime Minister...
Hold on. No, the investigation is over.
Where?
According
let me tell you something.
According to the IC... Wait, let me talk now. Let me talk
but
now.
garbage you talk. The investigation is not over.
Listen, let me talk.
Make you talk garbage. This is not a dump, you know.
No. Yes.
This is not a
dump.
Let me
speak now.
No, but this is not a dump. So you're not going to spill no garbage.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance to talk now. Give me a chance.
Yeah, man, but if you spill the garbage, I'll cut you off. Go on, talk.
The IC laid a report in the House.
Yes.
And that is the final report. That's the final report, right?
Says who?
Says the IC.
The IC laid a report.
Whenever a report is laid, it is a final. It's final.
Also, not more can happen.
Right.
No,
because
that's not so.
Report in the House.
The report is laid, and the report in the House on the report, it also says that the IC is asking the FID, which it has the legal authority to do, to continue the investigation. So FID should be investigating, and TAJ should be investigating. What the Prime Minister did, the Prime Minister took the matter to court. One of the court order that the Prime Minister sought. Hold on.
Yes.
One of the court order that the Prime Minister sought is to have the court order the Integrity Commission to certify his declaration.
Yes.
The court said, no, we will not do that. Right? And there are some other orders that they ask for that the court allow to go further. To go to trial, to go to a trial.
All right. So did the court say him have a case to start up? Him can go to forward it, right? The court.
Some of the issues. Some
All
of
right,
the
no
issues
problem.
can go forward, some can't.
Most of the issues, most of them.
Yes, but the important
All right.
one that
The only one,
No, the important one that Delroy Chuck wanted, when Delroy Chuck said the IC must be ordered to certify the Prime Minister, the court said no.
Yes.
Based on the evidence before us, we will not.
Because they found nothing against the Prime Minister.
Who found nothing? Who said they
The
found
IC,
nothing?
the IC didn't. The IC didn't find anything against the Prime Minister.
Well, my brother, there's a saying.
That's why that was asked for.
There's a saying that says, "There's none so blind than you who refuse to see."
All right, question. All right, I'm blind. But question: well, is there also an opinion that the IC pierced the corporate veil? Is there an accusation of that?
There's an accusation of that. But if you join the program early, if you had joined early, you'd realize what I was playing. I was playing clippings from the Joint Select Committee looking at the Integrity Commission. And nowhere in that does it say the IC pierce anything. You have some few bloggers.
The IC not gonna they're not gonna acknowledge that. They would not acknowledge that.
The IC have the authority to search your bank account.
No, they do not. No, they don't.
So who does?
All right. Hold on. Wait a minute. All right, no problem. We're not gonna argue that. The case is in court and everything's gonna come out in court. So no worries about that. That's fine by me. We have no problem with that.
Well, that is not
because
all right, my brother.
The court is the best place to trash out all them problems. And then I'm sure you and all the others are they're gonna eat the words when it's finally done. I know that.
But me think you say it done. Me think you say it finished.
No. It is supposed to be finished.
Anyway, I'm going to give somebody else a chance. Here, big up yourself. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio HD. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing, man?
We're there, man. We're there. I sift through this thing here.
Why? I'm telling you. I'm here listening to that madman.
You see, the thing is, everybody have a right to their own opinion. But Marlon Morgan always say it. But you don't have a right to your own facts.
No, but listen to it. Remember, few months ago, they asked the Prime Minister, is anyone in your cabinet has been investigated? What was his response?
Him search far and wide, and him not find none.
And look what happened now. He have his friend. He put his friend there. So if the Prime Minister never on the investigation, how come he put his friend there?
Ethics straight for the first time. I agree with you. A man is innocent until proven guilty. Right? But before you prove guilty, you are under investigation. And the fact that you're under investigation and the IC put out all these things against you and said that they are not allegations, they are facts, then I think the Prime Minister have a responsibility to come to us. Continue, caller.
Listen what's going on now. And Jamaican people, they need to look out on the eye. Because you see what happened? The Labour people, they are ashamed and they are fed up because they cannot believe that their Prime Minister let them go just like that. That's why you see most of them are coming from cars.
Hold on for me. 876-804-7072. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good afternoon, Colin.
Yes, good afternoon.
Listen, man.
Hold on. Caller. You have me on speaker? Take off the speakerphone. Caribbean Radio HD, good evening. 305-654-7944. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Trying to take this call on Caribbean Radio. We're not getting the call. Let's go back to my other caller. Yes, caller. Hello, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead now. Caller, I'm hearing you. Go ahead, please.
Colin.
Yes. You're not ready to talk to me. Let's take another call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello, good evening. All right. No, not ready for talk. No, nothing wrong with the line because I'm hearing them. They're just not ready to talk. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. You call back again, man?
Call back.
No, but we have
Yeah,
to
man. I call back.
But hold on, you have to give some other.
Question.
Hold on. Go ahead, caller.
Colin,
Yes, sir.
I will say this without reservation and without apology. You see? The Prime Minister would man account with $0.
That is possible. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right? But with no time at all, a ghost put $4 million in the account.
No, it's not that account. The account that he opened with no money. It is the money from SSL that went into that account. So we know where that money come from.
But when your second caller, second or third, say something that I was going to say. When he was asked by journalists if he's and if any of him people are under investigation, himself looked far and wide, and none of them.
Yeah.
When he was under investigation, if he was in America, he go directly to jail. If he was in England, he go directly to jail. If he was in Canada, he go directly to jail. Only in Jamaica he could do this and get away.
Let me tell you something. You have a whole heap of people marching me. See them on social media. I say the Integrity Commission this and the Integrity Commission that. And all I'm saying to them, look at the record of the Integrity Commission. Them charge PNP, them charge GLP. And everybody where them deal with have to pay your money.
Yes.
You understand what I say? No, they are saying that the Prime Minister have some issues where look dicey. And they said to the Prime Minister, give us your personal expense. And the Prime Minister said, liar, them said no. So him not give it. So they are saying, and people have been calling, because from people find out, people been saying, yo, table a report. Tabling a report don't mean it's final.
Right.
I can be doing an investigation and I say, all right, at this point, let me table a report because I have been working so hard. And you are. Them man over there, so me think them can get to the bottom of this because there are some things now where they might not want to give me. So make the FID deal with it. And with the tax business, TAJ, you deal with it. A memorandum of understanding was signed between the FID and the IC and between TAJ and the IC. So what the IC has done is fully legal.
Exactly. Well, Colin, before I go, because your line are burning. I got just two things I will say. I will say this quickly.
Yeah.
Right? The Prime Minister recently said yesterday said the JLP is in full election mood.
Well,
can you tell me when there was not campaigning? A campaign mood, I should say. Campaign mood.
Well,
you can tell me when there wasn't campaigning?
I don't know. I can't answer that question.
That don't look possible. But let me tell you something. Some years ago, not too long, about sometime in the 80s, somebody at the White House make a phone call. Come up to $20. They lost their job for it. And they nearly see prison. Our Prime Minister dip him on in a people charity money and go buy stocks. God Almighty, and this man now got prison.
No, but that you see that is bad. But when you listen to people like the caller earlier who wants to say the IC found nothing on the Prime Minister, shame on you.
Well,
no, I am not saying. Hold on, I am not saying that the Prime Minister is guilty. Not saying that. But what I'm saying, with a creature of parliament set up by this Andrew Holness-led administration, is Andrew Holness them choose them people, Seymour Panton and Greg Christie and the whole of them. Is the Labour Party choose them people, And the PNP people put them there,
Yes.
And the people are now saying that, Mr. Prime Minister, your thing no look good.
It just don't look good.
Make we talk. So if the Prime Minister had relaxed himself, had nothing to hide, relax himself, and say, if I do nothing then, no? Or say, come, because it's a long time I've been saying to the Prime Minister, all the things that you have filed to the Integrity Commission. Put them on the table so the people of Jamaica can see it.
Yes.
Scrutinize it. And
Easy
then
as that.
and then
Easy as that.
we ask you some questions. And maybe we need to ask the Integrity Commission some questions.
Easy as that.
But so
now
far,
you see, Colin.
So hold on.
Colin.
Hold on, Marsh, before you come in. So far, what we have seen is the entire GLP MPs come out and start war the Integrity Commission, attack some things. Well, let me not say the entire. Sorry about that. Let me take that back. But
well, one of them is a suspect.
No, members on the GLP side come out and start bash the Integrity Commission. One MP said the Integrity Commission have no integrity. And it's all over one man, you know. Everybody else where them charge or have findings upon or investigate. Nobody no say nothing, you know. But everybody is defending the Prime Minister.
Colin, what we call a spade a spade. If you are a lawyer and you depend the case to defend the Prime Minister, it's a different thing. But any caller who hear and understand this thing and follow it, any one of them come on and try to defend the Prime Minister is a damn thief.
Later.
I gone.
Later. Nicky Boo, I understand that Colin have him keen on his neck. What that Nicky Boo? I don't know what that. 8047072. Yes, caller. We have a caller holding. Go ahead, caller. Sir? You're there on the line. We'll be with you now, you know. I don't want him to say me cut him off, you know, because him call back and him decide to hold, so I want to talk to him. But him nah say nothing. I don't know if him have the phone and left it gone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, live on Caribbean HD and on Portland Spice TV. Talk to me.
Yes, Mr. Bell, I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, thank you for calling. Welcome.
Yes, me always listen to you. No. And you only making yourself more guiltier. Because guess what? Everyone turn Makajukim. You know, from when them have the thing for table in the parliament. Remember Mr. Bell then grown and then come round.
And I try
to remember
stop.
them fire Miss Neat. What do you my name? Valerie Neat. What's your name? Miss Valerie?
I know Valerie. The one
And then what's your name?
You mean the clerk of the house?
Yes, then
when
fire.
No, they didn't fire her. They didn't fire her.
What then do with her?
Our time was up.
Me think I fired when you let write her the rude letter and all them something.
Yeah, man, but our time was coming to an end. Our time was up.
I know she not do it. So from then time there. And you only then make yourself guilty. Because guess what? If you know you're not guilty, all you have to do is cooperate with the IC.
Yes.
Okay, this is that and that is that and show them. But if you they hide and you carry the IC, got court and all these things, and people can't see say the man that tries to hide something.
No.
Cataract over the eye, Mr. Bell.
One of the things where the man wants to chuck out of the law, you know.
Christ.
You know one of the things where he wants to chuck out of the law? Illicit enrichment.
Me see it.
That's one of the things where I ask the court for fine unconstitutional.
So, when you do them, they certainly know, Mr. Bell. Me want to know if people don't realize that this is something where this man a try to hide. Because it is plain as day.
Well, you see, you know why the trolls are over here now, over this program? Because they realize that we are saying to the people, listen, here is the problem. And they want to come over here and dump off the garbage over here, so. Well, over here, so, no garbage dump. So when you come with the garbage, we are going to return it to sender.
Mr. Bell,
yes,
if Andrew go court for struck out, either coming like a thief or a gunman or a rapist, go try defend say I'm a rapist. No charge me, you can't lock me up. He more defend himself and he more do whatever it is. He defend himself. Mr. Bell, me could have never. Whether me can me ban my people am a PMP, you know. But me they tell you, you know, me when they punish ship, you know, Mr. Bell. So me have a testimony, you know, when me couldn't come up my yard, you know.
Hallelujah. Tell her. Little more, may I take our next call?
Yeah, all right, Mr.
Yeah.
Bill.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, live on Caribbean Radio HD.
Yes. Hello. Good evening, Colin.
Yes, sir.
And good evening to your viewers. A couple of points, Colin.
Talk to me.
You saw the house meeting yesterday?
I never get to watch much of it.
Colin, let me tell you something, Colin. I was very disappointed with the PNP yesterday.
What happened?
They basically agree with the Zozo.
Yeah, man, they've been doing that.
Yes, but let me tell you something, Colin. It's very dangerous to a society when you have people who are in power who are disregarding the Constitution and disregarding the law. Plus, the Minister of National Security said, them build up the apparatus in terms of people. So if you build out the apparatus in terms of people, you don't need Zozo. So the PNP is co-signing with them.
All right, so you're
going against the Constitution.
No, here's the thing about the Zozo. The Constitution never have a problem with the Zozo. In fact, the Zozo issue was never taken to court. So there's no Constitution issue as far as we know as it relates to the zones of special operation. Because those zones of special operation, when they were doing the SOEs, the People's National Party was saying to them, build out more zones of special operation. You don't need the SOEs where you just scrape up people and lock them up. That is what the court found unconstitutional, and some people sue the government and win already. And we have been hearing that the government has been settling with a lot of people who are taking them to court who are locked up in the SOE. So a whole heap of people them are settled with out of court.
Okay, but look at how the Zozo is violating people's constitutional right. You see, once them put the Zozo, Colin,
yeah,
and you're telling people that they cannot move.
No, man, the Zozo don't. The Zozo don't restrict you like that. No, that's not how the Zozo work.
If it don't restrict it,
no,
my apologies.
The Zozo don't restrict you like that. But what the Zozo do is put the security forces in your community. Them have police posts all over the community. They are there. So the presence. So
of the police.
Right. So the Zozo is to hold and build. So when them have the area under control, they are supposed to build the social amenities in those areas. They have not been doing much of that, but the Zozo don't really restrict nobody.
Okay. Next point now, Colin. Yesterday, when I'm watching the parliament, Colin, if we have a problem with accountability, I have said it already, they have diverse the Jamaica Public Service.
You mean divest?
And they divest.
Yeah.
And they have been looking to do the same thing with the Water Commission. And this public-private partnership that the JLP brought to the parliament, that it now have to go through the regular procurement. We're in a big trouble.
Well, we're in a lot of trouble with a lot of things because this government does not want to be held accountable. In fact, you hear the Prime Minister say he want the GLP supporters to hold him accountable. Now, the Prime Minister need to remember that only 21% of Jamaicans voted for him. So what he's saying is that you see that 21% they are the elite. Them.
He's the one he report to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Next point now. You see when them go in front the parliament and them pass, them take out the AG or off of the IC.
Yeah.
Me glad them do that, Colin.
Why?
Me glad them do that, because what I've been saying for a long time, when Parliament make a law or make a rule, right?
Yeah.
And it's on the books, it has to go back to Parliament to amend it.
Yeah.
So why is it this judge who knows better on Andrew Holness' case, why is it the only thing you could find is that
You gonna give him a hearing to see if you should struck out illicit enrichment. You
No,
are
no, no,
not
no.
allowed to do that.
Hold on. The judge didn't do that. The judge put the case will start when? October or November?
Yes, but what I'm saying, the case will start, Colin.
Yeah, but the judge never make a ruling in terms of
I know,
whether or not they are going to struck it out.
No, but I know the judge never make a ruling, but that is where the problem lies. The judge cannot struck it out because it's on the books. Just like when they put the seatbelt law on the books.
Yeah, but what the court does, the court interprets the Constitution. And not like a year, the buffoon MP, them where I say the parliament is the biggest court. The parliament is not a court. But the parliament make the laws, and the judges of the land, they are the ones who interpret the laws. But I'm going to take a next call. Yes, sir.
Okay, my
bless
brother.
up. Yeah, man. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD, Portland Spice TV. If you want to subscribe to my channel yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please and thank you. Chris.
Hey, Colin, how you doing?
My day I burn the fire, talk the truth, brother.
Colin, I could just go back in a little recent history with the Prime Minister.
Talk to me.
From what I understand, is Andrew Holness couldn't pay off him school loan when he left school and he went straight to work for the government, right?
So we hear, yeah.
So the first couple of years he never have no money, right? And then over the last 8 years, he became almost a billionaire, right?
Talk to me.
Based on his value, his assets and stuff. Now, Colin, I have an understanding of finance. I invest across the board.
Talk to me.
Colin, I can tell you, it took me 30 years to amass what I have.
Yeah.
Because if you are trading stocks or even real estate, the only way to compound that amount of money over that short period of time is if you get inside information, or I don't know, you come upon a stock that nobody hear about,
yeah,
and then you have heads up on it, and you just throw a lot of money into it, and it quadruple your investment. That's the only other way I know if you're using them kind of method to make that kind of money in such a short space of time.
Yeah.
No, I'd like the public to know the breakdown of how we make that kind of money in such a short amount of time, because to make that kind of profit is not easy. Any investor will tell you that. It takes years to amass them kind of wealth.
But you see, Chris, if the Prime Minister was operating within the ambits of the law, we would know, because what the laws of Jamaica says, that both the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition, when their statutory filing is certified, a summary is made public.
Right.
So the people of Jamaica will be able to see what are his assets and liabilities and all of that. We have not been able to see that for this Prime Minister for the last 4 years.
Right. And Colin, just why does he feel they have they want to come after him in particular? I mean, there's dozens of Mark Golden is there, for example. They could have gone after him with malice.
But listen,
he seems to be saying they have a particular malice towards him and they want to destroy him for a particular reason.
Let me tell you something, Chris. There are still people with integrity living on this island here. And there are still people who don't care who you are. If you come before them for a certain case, they are going to call it as they see it. And all it is that the Prime Minister has submitted his filings, questions were asked, further digging was done, and they found what they found. Remember, from the Prime Minister was in the Ministry of Education, issues came up. And I want to remind people, I said it yesterday, there's an issue with a company called Wiscon that the Prime Minister was, I don't remember if he was involved in that company, but some contracts were given to a company. And the IC investigated that. It was sent to the Director of Corruption Prosecution to charge the Prime Minister. And in her findings, she said, on the first and second count, she found enough evidence to charge the Prime Minister. However, she wouldn't because of the amount of
Right.
time that has passed. So the Prime Minister have been having issues from then. Remember the small matter of Ruel Reid, you know. You see, sometime is one investigation lead you to another, you know.
Right.
You start investigate Ruel Reid and you start see some other things and some people names start come up till you have to start look on the people them. You understand what I say? Investigations are dynamic, they're not static.
Exactly. And you know, Colin, I keep telling people, you know, we have a guy sitting up here in this country with the similarities. So it is so uncanny, their behavior, that, you know, they're both serial enrichers. They don't care about the law. And if you come at them and hold them accountable, they try and destroy you. It's so uncanny, the similarities with both of these people.
Let me show you let me show you something else. And let me show all of the laborites listening how this Prime Minister is lying to us in this country. They have been telling us that the economy is doing very well, Chris. You know what happened now, Chris? Salary negotiations start with public sector workers. And for the first year, they want to go into a wage freeze. If the economy is doing so well, why you want to freeze the people and wages? And when we tell people that, when we've been telling these people that the economy is not doing well, them try to say a lie we are telling. Listen to this, Chris. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Active for the good of our nation.
Good evening, I'm Deidre Ann Gordon with the latest Radio Jamaica news.
Listen to this.
Wage talks between the Minister of Finance and the island's trade unions representing public sector workers have started on a sour note. This after the Finance Minister submitted its counter-offer to the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions last Thursday. The JCTU submitted its 2025 to 27 fringe and wage benefits claim to the government last November, seeking an increase of 15% in year 1 and 10% in year 2. But the Minister of Finance in its counter-offer submitted to the Confederation last week requested a 4-year contract. The Finance Ministry has reportedly offered an increase of 0% in year 1, 2.5% in year 2, 2.5% in year 3, as well as 2.5% in year 4, a total 7.5% increase over 4 years. President of the JCTU, St. Patrice Ennis, told Radio Jamaica News that the offer was strongly rejected by the unions in a letter sent on Friday to Finance Minister Favour Williams. He says his members are unhappy and the Confederation has requested an urgent meeting with the Finance Minister.
Now tell me, how the economy are do so well, and you don't want to pay teachers.
Colin, I went to a farmer's market yesterday, and I saw the yellow yam is $6 a pound in the US. You know why? Because of the tariff thing, right? And all of the other input costs. How many Jamaicans you think living here can buy a piece of yellow yam for $6 a pound? You know, yellow yam is a heavy thing.
Yes.
So you put up a little piece of it is $12 that. You know, Jamaicans are struggling here, Colin.
Yes.
May I tell you that?
Yeah, no, but well, we
not
see
just
it.
Jamaica.
But we see it from remittance. Remittance is down.
Yes.
Remittance is down about
get
4%, and we expect it to get worse.
It's going to get worse because people here are struggling, and with all of this stuff that Trump has done to gum up the economy with the tariffs and all of these craziness, a lot of people going to lose their job. It started already, and it's going to accelerate towards the end of the year. So I don't know where they get this optimism from.
And it's getting there. Hold on. The same thing is happening in Jamaica, you know, Chris. You would have heard me play a clip the other day with the amount of companies who are losing money in this country. The next thing going to happen is that we're going to see people start losing their jobs.
It is coming because it's happening here. And you know what, Colin, before I get off, it is very, what's the word I'm looking for? To ask these teachers to take 7% over 4 years, which won't even keep up with inflation, by the way. And you yourself took a 200 and something % raise. It's really galling, you know.
Terrible.
It is a galling thing to go to a person and say, hey, you see you, I'm going to give you some crumbs and I'm going to eat steak. How you square that circle? That is madness.
Chris, I just want the Jamaican people to open their eyes because, you know, one of the biggest problem I am having with this government now, they are not admitting that we are in trouble. No, if you're sick and you don't admit, say you're sick, you're not a doctor. Because you're not sick.
Exactly.
No, if the economy is in dire straits and the government is telling us before our face, the economy is doing well and good economic and nyam, what is going to happen to us? They have done this to us before, you know, Chris. They have done this to us in 2000.
Before I get off, Colin, all the have to do is go listen to what Mr. Azan say, and I don't think Mr. Azan have any reason to lie because most likely I'm on their side. So, you know, so if that man, when I listen to that man as a business person, I hear the agony in his voice, then why I have to side with him over the Prime Minister because him have iron in the fire for sure.
I'll go and play with Nigel Clark say. All right, Chris, big up yourself. I'm going to make them hear what Nigel Clark said in Brazil. Listen to Nigel Clark.
Thank you, Prince. Social commentator Peter Espute.
No, sorry, wrong clip.
Leader of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Wrong clip. I want Nigel Clark. Nigel Clark.
Leader of the Jamaica Labour Party.
No. I need to find the clip with Nigel Clark. Sorry about that, my listeners and viewers. Looking for a clip with Mr. Nigel Clark.
Nearly $2 billion annually from the government and should be subject to the type of rigorous audit that only the AG.
No, that's not Nigel Clark. But Nigel Clark said that Jamaica needs to produce more. Nigel Clark was over there in where was he? He was in Brazil. And the things that Nigel Clark was doing while he was the Minister of Finance is totally different from what he's saying now. So, let me tell you something, people. These people who are following the Jamaica Labour Party, me I really have to wonder about them. What is happening with them? Me really have to wonder why they don't. A man called me yesterday and tell me, say, me must take off the veil off of my eyes. And I am ready. I am ready to do two things. Two things. Hold on, caller. I am ready to lay out the amount of corruption we can remember from 2016. In fact, I think I have some write down. From 2016 under this administration. I am also willing to talk about the things that they have done. And I asked earlier, I want somebody to come and tell me about the corruptions that happened under the last PNP administration led by Portia Simpson Miller. I want those things. Go ahead, caller. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Sir Colin.
Welcome.
Good evening. You can hear me? Good evening.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
I said this thing before to you already. The GLP surrogates are like a man who I get born from him woman. He knows him I get born and him sick and him just wants you to come tell him say everything all right. Not like that now, go on.
Give me one of them sweet lies. You better say, tell me one of them sweet lies.
Exactly. So my question to you now is this. Is it that the JLP surrogates are nationwide, point blank? They don't watch the news, they don't listen to the business news, they don't listen. Is it that, because watch this, them always say PNP mash up in 19, whatever, PG and all of this 18 years. Haven't they seen from 2007 what the destruction was from 1980, 1989, the GDP and the inflation? Aren't these facts that persons can go on to and look at?
Of course.
So why is it that they are so blind or they're so consumed by the
Hold on for me, caller. Hold on for me, caller.
Hold
on for me a little bit. Because somebody affectionate wants to know about FinSac. And let me tell you where FinSac there affectionate. Call the GLP government and tell them to release the FinSac report that they spent over 150 million of your money, my money, our money. The GLP did an inquiry into FinSac. And when the report came affectionate, them hide it. And what they did, said they're building an archive. So if you want to know about FinSac, go search in the archive. Affectionate.
Colin.
Hold on, let me just give our him. Ask your labor right friend them. Which one of them prime minister did borrow 30 million US dollars and say him forget? It is in the FinSac report. Go ahead, caller.
This is what I'm saying. I am, with no disrespect to my Jamaican brothers and sisters, but I'm going to say honestly, these people are literally dunce. I'm going to tell you why. I could never reason like this.
Me have a friend who says a cult.
No, you have been saying this ad nauseum about the FinSac report. We need it released. You hear the PNP say it, you hear everybody say it, release it. Now you want to tell me, say, you're in power, the GLP is in power, and this report was about PNP time. You want to tell me, say, they are so close to each other that the government would not want to put down. If there was something bad into it with the PNP, the GLP would not release it? Common sense should have told you that there must have been something bad in it where it will affect the GLP. That's why they do not want to release the entire report.
Caller.
It's common sense to that.
There is a sitting member of parliament. He's still a member of parliament right now. Who would be embarrassed if that FinSac report come out? They keep talking about Mark Golding and FinSac. Let me ask affectionate something. If you see a man who owes the bank, let's say more the bank $10 million, and him have a house that value 30 million, and him said to you, say, boy, you know, say you don't really want that house, but me in a trouble, you know. I'm gonna want to lose everything. Give me 15 million and take the house. And you have the 15 million. Wouldn't you buy the house? Would you buy the house, my brother?
Colin, this is the same thing. When person is buying stock, do they buy stock mostly when it's at its highest, at its peak, or when it's at its lowest?
Not at all. You want to buy the stock when it's cheap and sell when it's dear. So idiot.
Exactly. That is a big.
Let me tell you something.
Business decision.
Let me tell you something. You hear the Prime Minister and one from down West Portland love talk about bad mind. A bad mind I kill them. So a man think it, so is he. Nobody know more bad mind than them.
Look here, the Prime Minister has put himself in a conundrum. Meaning you let people question your integrity. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
If I have nothing to hide, look here, what about look at it this way. Me is not political. Just an objective person.
Yeah.
When you hear Prime Minister say, next 100 days we're gonna put in these things, put in these things. There's one part that rubbed me the wrong way. The impeachment. And it goes to the IC. It goes to the court saying want to struck out that part for impeachment.
You mean no man? It's not impeachment. He wants struck out. Illicit enrichment.
Illicit enrichment. If you have expounded on the word illicit. Illicit is illegal now. It's something that is illegal now.
My brother, me like help people. So affectionate want help. So me help affectionate.
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you this, Colin.
Yeah.
The tourism is coming on your kind of platform, and the other platform who is more art. I tell you now, you guys' platform is so articulate compared to their platform, because if they have so much success,
no, but it's pure lie them tell. It's pure lie them tell. So what they want to come to do now, a diversion, them a try. Diversion.
Me I cut them out. I'm telling you honestly.
But let me tell you something. No, but it gives us a chance to teach. Yeah? Because you see the things them when them attack, me want my people them to be informed. That when they come to comrades can give them information. So
exactly.
Affectionate is saying Colin Bell who sell the house. I don't know. I never said Mark Golding buying a house, you know. I was just showing you an instant with FinSac. But let me say this to you. FinSac was not the problem, affectionate. FinSac was the solution to when FinSac was a solution to when people hold on, caller.
If nobody lose their money. If nobody lose their money, FinSac. If everyone not get back their money.
Caller, hold on. FinSac was the solution to when people like the former Prime Minister borrow 30 million US and never remember. So if you borrow 30 million US and don't remember, it simply means you never pay back none. So those are the kind of things that mash up the bank. The banks used to lend some money, and when them lend the money, the collaterals weren't the value of the money. So that's why whole heap of the bank them run aground. When those banks run aground, we never have any FSC. Is Omar Davis bringing the FSC to now start regulate financial taking institution, deposit taking institution. So FinSac was what gathers up all the asset of them bank they will feel. We mess up people money. Gather all of them asset. Sold the assets so that they could pay back people. Even though the country paid back most of it. The country took a big hit to give back people their money that had their money in these institutions. So if you don't know about FinSac, no ask about FinSac. Because I just so say you don't have no wits. Anyway, Colin.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just one question. I'm going to ask this caller named Affectionate. Ask this caller, say, if they are in an environment where them lose money, would they rather get back them own money, what them invest, and the country mash up, or lose their money and the country go good? That's the question.
All right.
Give back everybody their money.
All depositors.
Everyone will get back their money.
All depositors and people who have insurance got their money back. Over 500,000 people got back their money through FinSac. Little more, brother. Affectionate don't know nothing about FinSac. It shows your lack of knowledge, my brother. You see, when Prime Minister Wellness say, only for them uninformed, talking about people like you and ethics. Yeah? Very uninformed. Or them not talk about leeching who get NCB for buy. It's because of FinSac. Make him get NCB for buy. But then just bad mind Mark Golding now because Mark Golding are going to turn Prime Minister. It's bad mind I catch them. And the bad mind Mark Golding because Mark Golding come to politics with him own money. Mark Golding no come to politics with scrape. Mark Golding come to politics with him own money. And Mark Golding come to politics and couldn't pay for your wedding. Mark Golding come to politics with money. Head boy.
My brother.
What go on, sir?
I am here. And I'm listening. And one thing I respect with you, Colin.
Yes.
You're always educating people about these events which occurred in our past.
Yes.
Because it seemingly, thank God for FinSac. My little granny could have saved her a little couple shillings she had in the Chinaman bank.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Century. Yeah?
Yes.
So when people talking about FinSac, it's because what they have done, the jail, and let me tell you something. If you talk about propaganda machinery, it is the JLP. If you repeat something often enough, a lie, often enough, people will start to believe the lie. Yeah? Because what these guys who are supporting the JLP FinSac argument must tell us, if it is that FinSac was so bad, publish the FinSac report.
Then not that me a call for, brother. That's all me a call for,
Publish the report.
So it shows the hypocrisy of the labor right trolls and because you're the MP them stop talking about FinSac. Realize
let me tell you.
Prime Minister not talk about FinSac again. Only fool them talk about FinSac now,
But listen to this. Half of who live in Barbican now or live up in Cherry Gardens now. A lot of the houses and Jackson, particularly Jackson and Barbican, most of those houses were FinSac houses.
You see, let me tell you what some people don't understand. and you see, it should have been happening now, Ed boy. What happened at SSL? All SSL assets should have been frozen, bring together, and sell out to pay the people and lose their money at SSL,
And that's what Omar Davis did.
That with FinSac. That's what he used FinSac to do. Gather the assets of these people who made bad decision, bad business decision, affectionate. Yeah? So when you sell things fast, it's called what? A fire sale?
Yes.
It's called a fire sale. So the thing might value $50 million. But on the fire sale, you sell it for 20 million. Quick sale. Get some money because nobody never tell us that they want it for buy. And you are selling them. And the
Yes.
fact that you are selling and you wanted to sell so as to wrap up the companies and to pay people their money, you're not wait for real value.
No.
So
And
you
that
need,
is the
so
decision FinSAC took.
affectionate, somebody put in the group a while ago, how much Michael Leachin get NCB. If I go look on that, NCB was sold because of true FinSAC too.
Yeah. Because a lot of Century's bad debt was also sitting at Barclays Bank. So people have to understand. Yeah, I don't think people understand the genius of a man called Omar D. And you know what?
Let me tell you something.
Me, Colin?
Let me tell you this.
No, I'm telling you, in
Hold on.
2007, you know,
Yeah.
I as a young man used to blame Omar Davis. And let me tell you when, even 2011, you know, when I really understood FinSAC, it's because of you, Colin Bell.
When Omar Davis came here.
When Omar Davis came and the man gave us a verbatim. It's as if you were sitting there at the period, the way he explained the issues.
Even Jeffrey Tavares called me and said, Jesus Christ, Colin. Me never know say I saw this thing ago.
Yes. I remember
and listeners and viewers, that program with Omar Davis is still on the platform.
People should listen it.
Yeah. So
they should listen it. And those are the things we need. We need more educational. But Colin, I want to talk to you about the poll.
Yeah.
Because the poll have some man balling. Did you see the poll?
What come out today? What come out today?
Well, the one for yesterday spoke about the unemployment. Yeah.
Oh, that is the one that says 60% says. I think I saw that one from yesterday. The one about unemployment and
the living standard.
Hold on. Let me see. I think I have. All right. Here's what I have. Is this the one? Do you feel the government is doing enough to reduce poverty and unemployment? That one?
Yes.
Yeah, man, I saw that one. With 61% saying no.
Okay. Now, remember, you know, our friend and your friend, Marlon Morgan, yeah? His sermon every day is how the economy is doing well, how teachers can spend more and buy car. Yeah? But if you were to take this sample, because by the way, this is a real poll. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a real pollster doing a poll.
Yes, it is a real poll.
And if you see how the poll was structured and broken down, you realize that this poll was not a doctored poll. He wanted to get a sense of exactly what people think. Yeah? But for 61% of the country to be saying that they don't feel that the economic programs you have is impacting them.
Right.
Every election that has been won so far between 2020 and now has been won on the opposition talking about the issues of the economy. Yeah? People, and also issues of corruption. Yeah? People are not concerned about Queen or head of state from foot of state or constitutional reform. They are concerned about when they go to Mr. Chin in a Port Maria, yeah, that the price of the little chicken back and the price of the chicken and the price of the rice keep on going up. They are concerned that their children can't go to school because they have to skip days because they don't have the lunch money to give them. Yeah?
Yes.
So when I said to Marlon, and I say again, we cannot use data to determine people's real living. What I mean? So you can't just get up every day and talk, oh yes, poverty is down 8% lowest. Yeah?
Big lie.
If the data is not impacting people, then you shouldn't be talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah?
That is the point, brother.
This nonsense that they're coming with, and let me tell you, that 60% that is fed up. And he showed you it. He said, look here, 60% of those who said so, most of them were, when we do a breakdown, there were persons who said they will be voting for the PNP. And the 30-something percent who said they were doing well.
No, it's 26% says yes. 26.9,
yes,
call it 27%. That says yes.
Yeah. They were intending to vote for the JLP. That's because I listened to Don's clipping on it. Yeah.
Yes.
So it is an interesting thing because if you're talking about in an election, right?
Mm-hmm.
The voters come out and 60% of those voters intend to vote for it. So it means that for every 10 voter going out, 6 of them saying they're voting for the PNP. You know, you're not trouble.
Long time, then why no election now call? But let me say this to you though, Ed boy. You see the poll? For me, a poll is a snapshot at that time. What is happening on the ground. Yeah?
Yes.
And I am not going to use the poll to get overly excited. I want to say to my people,
yes,
get out there
and vote.
Vote, but also to the organizers, get out there, organize. Start now telling the people of Jamaica what it is you are going to do for them. Because people want to know how their lives are going to be better when the PNP come to power. It's not just about this government is corrupt, this government is corrupt. There's a serious deficit as it relates to production in this country. The gap between our export and import is widening. We are importing too much into this country. And we need a government now that will say to the people, this is how we are going to do it. I believe that the GLP showed that we are a glorious opportunity in it, boy.
Mm-hmm.
They squandered when they gave away that $11.4 billion. Give away 20,000. Mm-hmm. What the government should have done was go around this island and find 50 farmers who are serious in production and give each of them a loan of $250 million. Bring them up to a medium size or large farmer. Yeah? And everything that they are going to produce, you stop importing it. You see how people are teared on KFC today? We love chicken. We should not import a ounce of chicken. Save the foreign exchange.
Are we importing chicken now, Colin?
Of course, we ever stop import chicken. We
thought that
we might not import the whole of chicken, but we're importing the parts, we're importing the back, we're importing different.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we are prevented from import. But that is crazy.
We should not be importing a ounce of chicken meat.
That's something that we can satisfy our local domestic.
We shouldn't import a ounce of pork. These are things that the government need to focus on. And that's why I want to say to all the listeners here, when they ask you what the PNP going to do, you see this food importation bill of $2 billion, we are going to cut that by 25% in our first term in office. Yeah? We are going to increase our intake from the culture and the creative industry, from entertainment. You hear them now start talk about entertainment since me a punch it. So now them start talk about it, but they still don't understand it.
Said the word, the creative industry. I hear people talking. I never know that people could talk about the creative industries. I hear a man say the other day, I frightened. I said, but hold on, the man listening to Colin now?
Yeah, man, they're listening, you know.
No, they listen. I know
they do listen. Yeah. But they have never called me to say how you're going to make 30 billion. That's the part they don't understand. That's why the Prime Minister said in the Parliament that he's willing to pump more money in the culture and the creative industry. But him have assures how it all come back, him can't just put it in there, so.
Similarly, like how him don't understand how the PNP was going to reduce the water bill, remove the water bill
for senior citizens.
For senior citizens. Yeah? Similarly, like them can't understand why the PNP going to spend $9 billion to feed the children at the school level, so that $9 billion will circulate among local farmers in every single parish, in every single constituency.
There you go. Still longer in the community.
Still longer in the community.
The PNP has committed the first tranche of money, that we're going to put in the entertainment industry. That $1 billion. Is not that alone.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to spend way more than that. We are going to spend a lot more than that in entertainment.
And that, what I want to see from the creative industries being developed and being developed seriously.
Talk to me.
I want us getting back our film industry going on a real large scale again.
All right, may I give This evening, there's going to be a town hall meeting. And my senior, Dr. Deborah Ickling, is going to be on it. But me gonna pop one thing for you this evening. My project for the culture and the creative industry. You talk about film. It's called Rhythm and Reel. Wait, name? Rhythm
and Reel.
And Reel. That is going to be a game changer on this island. Anthony Hilton is going to deal with the logistics hub. That is going to be a game changer. That is how we are going to grow Jamaica economy.
Yes.
Culture and the creative industry, manufacturing, agriculture, and global logistics.
And let me even add to say, Colin, when we look at, for example, what is happening now with the war between the US and China in terms of what is going to happen in the Panama Canal. Yeah?
But
more now than ever, we need to now expand our capabilities in logistics. That is why Vernon Field should not be sitting idly. Yeah?
Yes.
We need to look at cargo. Yeah?
Yes.
We need to, the same way one time Jamaica was king in the Caribbean in cargo. Here Jamaica was king.
Brother, you see, had we taken up what Anthony Hilton was putting forward in 2013, would have gone clear now. You see, from when Trump started running up his mouth about tariff, everybody would have come to Jamaica. All the goods would come here first. Yeah? So, I am just saying to the people of Jamaica, you need somebody who understands business. We have a prime minister now who, since him a prime minister, I'm a hustle and a juggle. No prime minister of a hustle and juggle. You must run the country. You must focus on running the country. A man asked me yesterday out of PJ and Andrew who me think are the greatest. PJ greater than Andrew. What PJ did, hear the vision of PJ. Hear one of the vision of PJ. And I will have people knock him when he did it. When PJ said, when you leave as prime minister, your pension must be the same as what your salary used to be. Because what PJ saw, that as a prime minister, you can't focus on nothing else but the country. You can't hustle and juggle. So it's not a get-rich position in the country. It's a position of service, the chief servant. So when you leave, you must still be able to be living comfortably. So that's why PJ said, give me my salary for the rest of my life. Because I'm not going to come thief nothing. Me now come hustle and juggle and compete with Shaka Fame and buy stocks and bonds. And me a compete with Shaka Fame to get loan from Berita. And me a compete to build house. Me a compete in a real estate with Shaka. Rubbish.
No, but let's put it at this. And I hear people make noise. Let me tell them something that PJ Patterson did that no prime minister has been able to do. PJ was the only prime minister who built a highway in 4 parishes actually, that actually serve these people of those 4 parishes and them not paying any toll. I'm referring to the highway between Portland to St. Mary to St. Anne to Trelawney.
A man tell me say the highway them not benefiting nobody. I saw a man tell me yesterday evening.
No, but hold on. That is the best. Remember,
then you're further. Him go a little further. Him go a little further.
Those are not highway, Colin. Those are actually the roads that the residents of St. Mary, Portland, St. Anne, and Trelawney use. They use it.
But hold on, man. Yeah, take with the man glory, you know, brother. That highway that you're talking about is Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland. It's 7 parishes. Half of the country it run through, brother.
Yes.
And that highway still stand up better than any one of the road we built since 2016.
Exactly.
Head boy, a little more. Give some other people a chance. Brother. Bless up. Cool. I'm going to tell you something. You see over here, sir? You see, because of the truth we talk, them can't challenge you. Make them come. Good afternoon. I realize that the GLP are using callers to bombard the show. All the propaganda they think are, all the all the programs, sorry, that they think are aligned to the PNP and try and spread their propaganda. We have to focus and fully arm ourselves with the truth and the facts. They know that we are that they are way behind, trying their best to catch up. Well, let me tell you something. Me not allow none of them to come dump out no garbage over here, so. This is no garbage dump. If they're coming with the truth, we want the truth, Sister Babette. Sister Tanya, we welcome the truth. Sister Nikki Boo, we welcome the truth. Caribbean Radio, we say truth. We know say some people love them side. And we don't mind you loving your side. But if your side is destroying the country, then you have to say to your side, say, hey, pull up your socks. And they have not been pulling up them socks. What they have done to us with Cornwall Regional, what this administration has done to this country with Cornwall Regional is embarrassing, disgraceful. And them show up themselves. They showed up themselves. But the Almighty bring it to me, you know. The Almighty said, look at the Almighty bring it to me. Hold on, caller. The Almighty said, look at the urban center and check it out. And when I check out the urban center, the first thing I did was check out the size of the urban center. And I check out the size of Cornwall Regional Hospital. The urban center is 48,000 square feet, bigger than Cornwall Regional. They built it in 3 years.
Hello?
I soon come on, hold on. They built it in 3 years for $6 billion. And Christopher Tufton and the GLP is telling us that Cornwall Regional possibly going to cost us 23.5 billion. Billion with a B. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, Colin?
Yes.
We caught you before the mirror with your trousers down. And we're going to take
hold on. Break up. You can't see me with my trousers down. No matter with them argument over here, sir. You can never see me with my trousers down. Mind me play the song with Daryl Bars I play for you. You can't see me with my trousers down. Clean up your argument. Yes, nephew.
The GLP is in full gear now in campaigning now and hit the road now and the GLP
gear.
And the PNP has dried up now like to some belief.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
And so far, we're looking very, very well. And we may end up with about 52 seats.
No, man. A 63 I get, man. 63 I get.
No.
Pure rubbish.
We know we're not going to win that.
Pure rubbish.
But anyway, the point I called it to make to you and your followers is that you come nervous, afraid of the Jamaica Labour Party, and you own is the
them
most
people are most afraid of thief. I wouldn't fear that thief.
Repeat that, Colin.
People are most afraid of thief. How you talk about, man? You ever hear nobody when afraid of thief?
Colin, because being very honest.
Eh?
We are not going to dispute the fact that you don't have PNP people in the 70s and in the 90s were corrupt. You can't dispute that. The writing is there. The evidence.
Hey, how much school we couldn't find again in the DeCosta report? How many schools we couldn't find?
So they couldn't find 3 secondary schools.
A 3?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, nephew.
Yes.
Nephew.
Yes, I hear you.
What go on? We get the rest of used car them where we did pay money for?
Well, honestly, I can't tell you the latest on that. I know some agreements were made to deliver the rest of them, but I haven't heard anything since that time. Can you update us?
No, man, you me want to hear from Wagwan with the used car.
Well, I would have I would assume that they deliver. I would assume that they deliver.
Oh, you'd assume that they deliver.
Yes, yeah, I can't say definitely say yes.
Nephew,
No.
nephew, you
Yes.
live at St. Mary, right?
Yes.
The road from the roundabout to Natabay. You know that road there?
From the roundabout to Natabay
to Broadgate.
Oh yes, that is the road where the local contractors them they get to fix so many years now. Which a lot of people are saying that the Chinese have really got that road.
How much road did that cost us again? How much did that cost us?
I know I heard of a piece is damaged, you know. Piece is color. And I believe they say it would have cost another extra 300 million.
So that little piece of road, which is about, would you agree with me, about 3 miles? Or more? Is it more than 3 miles?
Maybe about 3.5, 4 miles from Broadgate.
Let's call it 4. Let's call it 4.
Yes.
4 miles of road cost us $1 billion. You remember that?
But remember, you know, Colin, remember that to widen that road, you have some, there's a section of it very illy, and to cut it down, and then you'd have to put in a lot of retaining walls.
You're a St. Mary man.
Yes.
And you saw that piece of work and you're comfortable with 4 miles of road cost us $1 billion. I'm patrolling it right now. Right now, patrolling it.
The local contractors, them who were complaining that they were not getting any of the road work. And people like you come out and criticize the government for leaving out local contractors. And they were the ones doing that piece of road that it takes so many years and it still continue to work. And today...
Neville, you remember a contract. You remember a state-owned National Energy Solution Limited, NESAL.
Yes.
Paid $12 million to somebody without a written contract?
I don't know of that, Colin.
You don't know of that?
No, I don't.
Oh.
If I did, I would have.
Let me tell you when that happened.
I don't know about that, Colin.
September 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that happened the 2018 September.
Colin,
then hold on now. Hold on. You remember the debushing we want to do in 2016 for $606 million?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, we get value for money.
You remember August 2017? Some criminal get firearm license when the man down at Western St. Mary was in the Ministry of National Security. Eh?
Colin.
You remember one lady named Ram Narak?
Yes, I remember that.
How much money she get off of our petrol jam? You remember that? Neville.
I'm listening to Colin.
Neville.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You see, right now, we need a forensic audit of this country. Are you pleased with the accusation that people are laying against your party? Are you comfortable?
I don't know what to call allegation. I don't know that.
No, man, even me, I accuse your party of rampant corruption. I am accusing your party of rampant corruption while they are leading this country. Lot of money siphoned off.
I am begging you a minute now because you have been going on for more than a minute. I am begging you a minute. You run your program with a level of biasness against the Jamaica Labour Party government, which can understand because as a former caretaker for the People's National Party, you come here with a level of biasness. So that is understandable. But would you agree with me that under the Jamaica Labour Party government, the economy have done much better and when it were on? Would you agree with me with that?
Can I answer you? Because I want to.
Yes.
I want to answer that question.
Yes.
The Jamaica Labour Party have destroyed the gains that the Jamaican economy made between 2012 and 2016. When your party came to government in 2016, they saw the foundation that was set by the Portia Simpson Miller-led administration. They saw it so good that they gloat and they said, we know with this foundation, we are going to grow this economy by 5% in 4 years. To date, they have not been able to grow this economy by 2%. That's a massive failure. To the
Colin.
extent, hold on, let me just finish. To the extent that this present administration, last week, are saying to public sector workers, for the first year out of a 4-year contract we want to sign with you, we want you to accept a wage freeze. In fact, hold on. In fact, listeners, you know what the man them say? The man them say we are getting an increase of 0%.
Colin, do you think you should show a little honesty in you by saying that the same government have given the public sector workers the biggest increase ever in the history of this country in the last 40 years? You don't think you should mention that?
Nevio, the increase that the teachers got, they wanted more. Because the increase, the increase, when they said that they were doing the reclassification of how salaries are paid in Jamaica, put some teachers in a worse position than they were before.
Let me tell you about...
Hold on, man. Also, inflation has eaten away that increase that they got. I want to give you one example. In 2016, minimum wage was $6,500. Minimum wage today is $16,000. And I will tell you, Nevio, that $6,500 had a bigger spending power than what the $16,000 have today.
Colin,
go ahead.
Colin, you single out the teachers. But can I say something? Hello?
We're listening to you, man. Go ahead.
To you because you clearly don't know, or if you know, you hide it. When you single out the teachers, when you have various different categories,
no, it's not just the
public.
No, all public. There are areas in all of the public sectors who are still balling today that they are saying they are worse off.
The lowest paid public sector workers in which you will call like...
Hold on, Nevio. Hold on. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, I'm going back to Nevio. Yeah, Nevio. Nevio, I'm back with you. Look like me lose Nevio. Yes, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, blessings, Colin.
Yeah, man.
Earlier, me you touched on the Boston Jerk Festival.
Yeah.
So you collect an award. Is like are you are the organizer for that for the Jerk Festival?
Yes, sir.
Or since its inception?
No, sir.
Oh, so in its current form, long
well, but I have been associated with it since 2003.
2003. And when was the first Jerk Festival?
2000.
2000.
Year 2000.
Okay. I ask that because it have a place in my heart. One of my first love, would I say. I met her at Jerk Festival.
me have a brother to find him wife at Jerk Festival too, you know, brother.
Yeah,
so man.
When you hear you say that, so it in existence 25 years now.
Yes.
Yeah, but I say well over 15 years that now since that happened still.
Congratulations.
Okay, well, yeah, that is
are you still together?
That is a good
this is your first love.
I'm the first.
Yeah.
So big up to that because that's a great achievement. And it is always a great festival.
Yeah,
always enjoy.
Yeah, man.
You know why don't there's a hot, but
Boy,
despite
the
heat.
sun different pan jerk festival day for true. I don't know if the amount
Yeah,
of
man.
coal,
All
the amount of
time,
coal
all
we
the
are burned for do the jerk, make the heat
Yeah,
turn
man.
up.
It unbearable at times, but at the same time, you enjoy yourself. So it
Yes,
shows you
man.
the type of vibe we're
Yes.
down there upon
Yes.
them thing. So big up to that achievement, and you know, I'm sure you, it was a proud moment.
Yes, man,
Because
definitely.
you know, so is it the labor rights that held that award ceremony?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say the labor rights, but if you want to say it's them, then it's them. It is Tourism Enhancement Fund, and the minister.
Okay.
I received the award from the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Headman Bartlett.
Okay. Well, that was a good gesture.
Yeah, man.
You know, me have some level of admiration for that gentleman.
Ed
Edmund
Bartlett is a great marketer, and that's what tourism. Tourism needs marketing, but it also needs some structure. But Ed Bartlett has been doing well. I think easily the best performing minister on this GLP administration.
Yeah, me like him the meaning, like who him go about. So obviously, I don't know nothing personal about him. But I think if you were the
hold on for me, caller. Hold on for me. Let me just take the time to thank the people over there at Caribbean Radio for tuning to us this evening. It's been a pleasure presenting for you as we come to you live from Port Antonio, from the studios of Portland Spice TV. Because I don't know how many of you know that we are on radio station in the US. We are on internet radio. We are on Alexa via Bro Geary Radio. So we do that every Wednesday and Tuesday. So we are not just on the Spice, but we are on Caribbean Radio HD. They are going to be leaving us in a few minutes. So we just want to thank them and big them up and say keep tuned to the Brother Geary Radio, Caribbean Radio HD. Keep it locked. Full slate of program 24/7. Don't change the channel. Caribbean Radio, big up on yourself. Yes, sir. Continue.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say, a big shout out to you and the organizers of Portland Jerk Festival.
Nuts.
And big up to Edmund Bartlett and the Tourism Enhancement Fund that held that award.
Yes.
Are you able to say anybody else who received awards? Like a local festival such as like Kite Festival, anybody else receive awards?
Jamaica Food and Rum Festival. They got the award for the best experience at a festival. And we got the award for the longest running food festival.
Yeah. All right, big up to that. What I say still, Colin. All right. And this kind of might sound silly, but me I try to put it in a way I say now. In a way and a code, so to speak.
Yeah.
You ever watch like Batman and Superman yet and say them a try to catch a villain, but in an attempt to catch that villain, they mash up the entire world.
Yes. Yeah, man.
And you never wonder to yourself at times, you say, boy, I wonder if it would have make sense to just make the villain go on, because it never worked, mashing up the entire world.
If you catch that villain. Too much collateral damage.
Too much collateral damage. And at times what you find is that those same superheroes become villains,
Yeah.
Most of them, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, all of them are villains, despite them trying to save us. Well, I mean a cartoon. But despite them trying to save the civilians in that cartoon against one evil person, because it's normally just one evil person, one single person,
Hold on a little bit, because just something in the chat room. I beg you, please, my listeners, my viewers, my subscribers, don't allow them to come draw no out. Me see a man a deal with ethics straight away. Me no want to allow him to draw no. Just not pay him no mind. Just leave him alone. He might get paid for do him do, so he might earn him living. So allow him to earn him living by trolling the show. Guess them pay him and send him. But you don't have to respond to him. See, me no read nothing when put. Me no read nothing from him. Continue, caller.
Yes, General. So me I say a lot of those superheroes ending up becoming villains.
Yeah, but you're saying that to say.
People, so I'm saying that to say, to what extent are we going to pursue this evil person? You know who me attack?
Yeah.
To what extent are we going to pursue this man? Because I from my observation, I see where this man has no end to him pursuit. I wonder if we ever reach a stage where we have a clash and have casualties. So to what extent are we going to pursue this man?
Well, let me tell you, the people of Jamaica is going to vote him out. We're going to have a forensic audit of all the departments, and the chips will fall where they may. But I'm going to take another call. Here, brother, big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Mr. Colin.
Yes, sir.
You know, a question to the man and your nephew.
You ask a question to Neville. Go ahead.
Remember when Portia, Mr. Philip, passed the IMF test, and the IMF congratulate the administration and make it be known that anybody win the election must not change the policies.
Yeah, man. That's why the GLP couldn't change the policy. But what happened is that...
And remind him that when time Mr. Clark that doing budget, him big up Mr. Philip and Portia. But that's the level then they get in Jamaican economy booming and mash it down.
Yeah, man, they mash it down. You see, what happened, you know, the roadmap was left and there were certain things put in law so them could mash up the economy again like how they mash it up between 2007 and 2012. So laws were put in place that them could mash it up. But the problem that they had, them never have a growth strategy. So them never know how to grow the economy. So even before COVID, the economy was slowing down. COVID came and we dropped way down. We recover fast because we just get back to the things we were doing. But after we recover, and them never have no growth plan now, the economy start decelerate, the economy start slowing down. And Ralston Hyman was saying to everybody, hello, the economy has slowed down. 10 consecutive quarters of deceleration. And when it slowed down so much now, we have the last 2 quarters of last year, we had a decline. And that took us into a recession. And so we see the PIOG came out now and said the first quarter grew by 0.8%. Now 0.8% is nothing. That's not even 1%. It's less than 1%.
Yeah, so
and they are not really the authority to determine the growth. So we're still waiting and starting to tell us exactly what go on.
Yeah. So they are living in denial, man. They take credit.
But they are taking
credit for all of these.
They are taking credit where there is no credit. Because the problem is that the economy is not growing, my brother. Right now, we're in problem.
Yeah, look how them promise 4 and 5. And I know that can't accomplish.
No, man, it's 5 in 4 they promise. 5% growth in 4 years.
Yeah, and I know that can't accomplish.
All right, my brother. Enough respect here. Yeah, man, you're listening to Portland Spice TV, the Colin Bell Show. Yeah, man. My people, all you have to do, not say nothing to him. Him go and write where him want to write. When I block him, because them come over here, they are going to learn the truth. And once you keep punching the truth in them head, when them go home, when them come off of this and sit down, them all start say, yo, I shoot a brother they attack. I wonder if I shoot a brother they attack. And them all go back to them labor right friend, them and them say, oh, you idiot. Yeah, idiot, you can't listen to man. Yeah, make the man brainwash you. We're not brainwash nobody. We're simply talking the truth. 876-804-7072. Good evening.
Good evening, Colin.
Yes, welcome to the show.
I called yesterday.
Yes.
It was the first time calling.
Thank you.
Calling back my second time.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, as I said before, yesterday, you see a lot of people talk and they just talk for nothing. We as the middle class, or you would say the upper middle class, we're sitting back and we're watching. Don't feel that we don't feel it, because we feel it.
They must feel it.
A lot of persons might not talk because due to the fact that they know certain people and they don't want to say, okay, then if me talk, they might hear my voice and stuff like that. No, we are feeling it. And from my understanding, the economy is not doing good. I'm telling you. The other day I went to court, right? And I said, all right, I'm going to buy one of those big, nice mattress. And when I look at the price into courts, and I went to the Indian store, I pay half the amount, or maybe less than the amount. I called Boss Furniture, and Boss Furniture tell me, say, within 3 weeks before, I can get a mattress. And I said, but that never usually be so. And me have to divert and go to the Indian store and just buy one. I'ma feel so good, I'ma feel so comfortable that I could have able to save that extra money when me plan to spend a Courts or Boss Furniture. And them wouldn't like, no, right? Me used to buy best just chicken, me have to stop. Me have to go to my local farmers down the corner and buy them homegrown chicken. Me have to wait on the farmer them where sell in a them ground and buy from them because me benefit more. You understand more than going into the supermarket and say, boy, me I take up this and me I take up that. It's not doing well and them fail to understand say it's not doing well. And when people like you and other bloggers talk about it, them say, boy, them chat too much and, you know, them not talk the truth, make the people them hear them just a beat one bush. No, you guys are talking the truth. Them free. You see, them tell so much lie that them believe them own lie.
Yeah, man. That is it. Them start believe them
You
own
understand me?
lies. Yes. And you
And let
see,
me tell you
and a
something.
lot of these things we talk them before them happen, you know. That's why me rate. That's why me rate Ralston I am on. Because Ralston been showing us the trajectory. See where the country are going. If we continue that way, yeah, that go up, man, that go up. And it happen. Happen.
I listen to Ralston Iman on your program. I used to since I listen to Ralston Iman on your program, every time I touch the road, I buy one case of tissue, I buy a couple dozen soap, I buy and guess what? Guess what, Colin? Me used to buy Grace, I used to buy other product. Me stop supporting.
You buy the cheaper product.
Me buy a cheaper product. Me stop support them because me realize say them is just for them friend. You understand me? So me stop buy for them product. Me not buy KFC, me not buy Burger King, me stop it. Me do everything at home. Me used to hear people say, boy, Damian Crawford, a foolishness in my talk. And me I tell you the truth. As a middle class person, me get one goat. And me look into it and my husband said to me, say, no, what about one goat? You get many goats.
Yeah.
And within two years, I have produced 15 goats from one goat.
All right. That is what me I
And
talk
I'm
about.
not a farmer.
Who on your goat?
I'm not a farmer.
Tie your goat till you can tie your boat. But them not understand that. They don't understand.
You hear what I'm telling you, Colin?
But
and
you
a lot
know,
of people
my
fail
caller,
to understand.
my lady, you know one other thing? This government said that they are not a government of handout. And the government find themselves with $11.4 billion. And instead of invest in agriculture, the creative industry, you know what the government do? Give out $20,000. Give out $20,000. And then they are the one running up and down and say, we don't believe in handout. Rubbish!
Colin, I just went to the supermarket since week and I just went to buy snacks. Just snacks for the baby. And my bill was 15,000. Mash. That was just snacks. I'm not telling you flour, sugar, tin mackerel, and meat and stuff in it. That is not included.
I'll tell you something.
That is just snacks.
We walk in a supermarket yesterday. And the people in my yard drink water like crazy. And we pick up about 3 cases of water. Some little breakfast things where they youth them eat. And me a man, me love sardine. Sardine and white rice, sweet, or sardine and boiled banana. I love it. I'm my thing, right? So a couple of things of sardine and me I try to remember what else. And it was about $38,000. No man, me take out the rum them out tight. Me now count the rum them. Because it was really $50,000 now. But some rum didn't I? I mean I say rum and no food, the rum not necessary. So me now count the rum in it. Yeah? Me account the food where everybody have to buy them there. 30,000. Here?
But
no rice, no,
yeah,
hold on. No rice never in it, no flour never in it. No meat never in it. No oil, no toothpaste. None of them fancy things they never in it. And there's some little tin, something, a little bacon and them kind of something there.
You know, Colin, me used to buy mutton and me used to buy
You know what
oxtail.
Ay,
Me
Tala.
stop.
Tala. You have to treat yourself every now and again still.
No, Colin, it's just born, and when you think about it, you spending 2,000 iron for 6 pieces of oxtail, it's not worth it.
True. True.
It's not, and people need to understand.
You know what I would love to see?
Not that I cannot afford it, I can afford it, but when I think back about it and think about spending wisely.
Yeah, and savings.
And savings.
You know what I want to see now? You know what I want to see, Carla? You know what I want to see? You see that basket where Andrew Wellness said come with 2016? I want to see Marky G take up that basket and show the Jamaican people where that money can buy. Yeah? Because like I tell Nevi a while ago, that in 2016, a pound of chicken cost between $120 and let's say $150. At $150 a pound, 6,500 was minimum wage. And I'm doing the calculation as we speak, people. 6,500 divide by $150 is 43 pounds of chicken that could I buy. Right? Now you tell me, how much a pound for chicken now?
Well, where I sit, and if I should go out in the town and buy it, it's like $450 plus tax.
$450 plus tax. I'm going to check it at 400.
But if I go to the like my neighbors who are buying who sell chicken at home, do the homegrown chicken, I get it for wholesale, I'll get $330.
$330. All right. So we're going to run
in
it
the
at
street is $450 plus tax.
all right. So we're going to run it at $400 a pound. Right? So it's $16,000 now. Divide by 400. You know how much pound of chicken is the $16,000 can buy?
How much?
40 pounds. So the $6,500 back then could have buy 43 pounds of chicken. $16,000 now only buying only buying 40 pounds of chicken. So people must understand the value, the power of money, the spending power. Your spending power is weaker under this government than it was under the PNP government.
It is. It's worse now than before because I have to count every dollar now. Every dollar. When I go to the store, I have to count every dollar.
I'm going to give somebody else a chance, do you hear?
Yeah, man.
All right. Big up yourself. No, me not rich. Me no go supermarket very often. We don't go very often. So when we go, we buy, like how me telling us I love sardine. A whole heap of sardine. Like nearly a dozen. Talk to me, Carla. Welcome to Portland Spice TV.
Yeah, man. Blessing, Colin.
One love, brother. Welcome.
Yeah. 2 points.
Yeah.
One of the points is that, the Prime Minister, he set up himself, in terms of the wage. Remember, because that all is going to come back and bite him really bad.
Yeah.
Because now, remember, they take 200 to 300% raise.
Yes.
But now they want to give the public sector just a 7% because they cut it in parts.
It's 7% over 3 years. So you're talking about 2-point-something% a year.
A year.
Yeah. And the first year you're getting nothing. And then 2-point-something% a year after that.
So it always going to come back and they're going to say, as I said before, my wife is a teacher. And they're always going to say, you remember you take They take 200 to 300%. So how come you can get that so much increase, but you're giving us did I say the crumbs? Basically the crumbs.
Yeah, man. Not even
That
crumbs.
all is gonna
Not
come
even
back and
crumbs
bite
you're
them.
not gonna get. Not even
Yeah.
crumbs.
Because remember, inflation basically eat out if you get $1,000, $4,000 gone for the stuff them already basically. So
I
2,000 wouldn't make no difference.
I remember, let me make it simpler for some people. The cost of the US dollar in Jamaica is a major factor that you can look at. Once the US dollar gets dearer to the Jamaican dollar, that means our dollar is losing value. What it does is make up the Jamaican dollar. So what $2,000 could have buy by next month, you have to put another $500 upon it to buy the same thing.
Yeah, and that's what some people don't understand, and that is why it's important
spending
to
power.
keep your dollar stable. But one of the point is that the people. That's them all listen, and I heard this always that the Jamaica Labour Party, they always for the rich, the poor always suffer under them basically, and it's not lie. It's just the facts. The facts is there, and it's just the truth. Because the people right now, they are suffering. Even though they might say, road, why they might build some road, which basically is just a continuation of what was there, basically.
Yeah, but
or
you see,
planned out what was there.
I want to do a program, Mr. Carla, where we look at the things, because people are saying that Andrew do so much things. We can do a program and look on the things them where Andrew do. And because some of the things that he has completed are not really theme. Like the road from the road from Harborview to Port Antonio. All Andrew did to that road, was downscale.
It was a blueprint, basically.
No, him downscale the work. It was supposed to be a new road from Harborview to Port Antonio. Audley Shaw, when them win, Audley Shaw said it don't make no sense. It don't make economical sense building a new road from Harborview to Port Antonio. So when me hear them talk about how them love St. Thomas people, me say, what's that a hypocrite? Because James Robertson did out there with Fenton Ferguson and make nice we want with new road. Yeah? That was the reason why Dr. Bloomfield and myself marched from Fairhill to Port Antonio to get the new road when they had shelved the new road. So what they did was a disservice to us. Take the new road and fix the existing road where we can't fix. Because all them do every minute it mash up back.
Yeah.
So that was one that wasn't his. Remember, you have places like Constant Spring Road where did I work on from under Porsche, Barbican under Porsche. You understand what I say?
And he took basically, it's like he took all those, make it look like it's him, and that is why people, that's why, as I said, it's very important for you to show and make them know that
you remember,
this is what was there before.
You remember them used to call PNP pipeline government? Say everything did in the pipeline, everything did in the pipeline. No, you hear how much things them say them can't get start because they don't understand the procurement and they are bawling about this takes so long to start and that take long because it is a process. So when you come and mislead people like you could have snapped finger and it happened, it just shows the level of hypocrisy in these set of people.
My last point is that if you notice now, this government is not a tendency, or is leading towards a dictator. It's clear this is a dictatorship.
Yeah, man, based on what Desmond Mackenzie said now, them remove the veil and come out loud and proud that they want to be the only administrators in this country.
And just like because it is in him, because if you notice when he signed the letters of for the Senate when he was
the undated letters.
Yeah. So it is in him. So these people are clearly a violator of the Constitution. Just imagine if they get the opportunity to talk about the Constitution reform or even selecting of the president. These people cannot do it. We cannot trust them. So that is why we have to get rid of them completely.
All right, my brother.
And get rid of them big too.
Yes. In style. Right. No respect, part.
Yeah.
One love. 876 804. Hello, good evening. Hold on, the phone will ring. I'm going to see the call, I want to go on with the phone. Hey. The phone ringing and I didn't see the call. Hello, good evening. My people, we have to start. You see, those of us whose eyes are open and who are willing to look out our eye and see what go on, we have to open the
Good
eye them wide.
afternoon, my brother Bell.
What go on?
I hear that I hear you say you want to go through and find out what Andrew
No,
did in this
we're going to go through and
10
look on
years.
some of the things them want him do. Yes, yes.
No, it's a waste of work.
Why?
Because there's nothing there.
No, man, him do some things, man. You can't say that.
What
That's
something like what?
That's not a fair statement.
You tell me what infrastructure what him do for human for long term.
The Morant Bay Urban Center is an impressive structure. No,
Well, I don't see it.
Will it
But
hold on. Will it benefit the people of St. Thomas is a different argument. But looking at it.
Well, when a government in power, are you going to match things that in what in do that give growth to the country? Those centers don't give growth to the country, you know. Because there's nothing that center can produce to export, to create, to have hello?
Yeah, man, may I listen to you, man? May I allow you to speak?
So the highway that him built, the 3 mile and those things, those was already set to be done. Right? So all the houses them are giveaway. Those are minor.
No, the house them might give away. I don't know credit that because that is our money assisting people who need help for living a summer.
Right.
But hold on. Hear me I say to you. You see the urban center is an impressive structure. You ever go look on it?
No, I never see. But I'm saying
Hold on. No rush. Me go out there go look on it. But I want to remind the people of Jamaica that it is Barita and NCB money that build the urban center. A man tell me yesterday say the highway are not for way. The urban center are not for way. Not ours.
Yeah, what?
And the issue, I am having some issues, you know, because right now my information is that the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation a ball blue murder with the rent where them a charge them down there, you know.
Okay. When you look on government, right? If you take a look in America, right? Right? And when the government they put in things that the country can benefit off by both locally and internationally. Right? Right? So if I go and rate a man, right? I have to see him build school, highway, factory, right? Agriculture, fishes. That's all you rate people, right?
All right, sir. So you're saying that
set of people.
You're saying that there's nothing to find to big up Anjopan.
No.
They never hear the man yesterday.
You don't build no school.
You never hear the man.
You don't build no school.
But why should he build school? Why should he build any school?
So I send you something that you think on education. I said I never read them. Right?
Yeah.
I know you don't read my WhatsApp thing I send you.
Oh, you know something.
I send you thing. Because I thought the education thing, when you look at those articles, I think it's something you should have a debate on.
All right. So
right?
We'll still think about that.
As I said that, when I say something to you, I will ask you a question before I go. I know that a Labour rights supporter call you on the program, right?
May I listen to you, man? May I listen to you?
You know, because you know a lot of Labour rights person call on the program.
I wouldn't say a lot. I would love more of them to call me. A few of them
all
call
right.
me.
If you that call.
Yeah.
Have you have a good conversation with them?
No, really. No, really. Because, as I said to one of them earlier, this program is not a garbage dump. So you're not going come over here, come dump off no garbage. If you're coming over here, come with the truth, and that is what we accept.
Because they don't, then the gentleman that called you today about the IC. If you just go back on the document and read. In any, right, we got the documents. We got the documents. Right?
Yeah.
Anjo does not certify that alone. Sure you say.
And
that alone. Sure you say. The case don't done. Right?
Yeah.
That alone will show you. Him don't certify. Right? Right? I send you something when we have time.
All right, I will look. Yeah, man, I will take a look at all the things that you send me. All right, my brother.
I send you one with Bert Samuel.
All right, cool. I'll take our next call.
So me and top. Yeah, man. All right.
876-804-7072. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Sir Colin. And the kind of the caller we are calling with us call a while ago. I kind of agree with him in a some fact kind of comment. Here what the caller tries to say to you. The caller look on like a NHS, a part program.
No, them not build no institution. No.
But that what is a benefit the country.
No, but those are institutions that benefit the country. When you talk about NHT, NHF, well, back in the day, Siaga do I think people give him NIS, say yeah, and build that. But they have not built anything where you can look upon and say, yeah. That's why I hear Crawford in the Senate said when COVID came, it was the PNP saving pan, GSF, right. NHF, NHT, TEF.
The tourism enhancement fund.
That's TEF. Path program. A PNP put all of them the drugs for the elderly. A PNP put all of them things in place, man. You know, I want to get a joke. When Crawford came here to run in the by-election, I used to live in the Fair Hill housing scheme. That is a scheme that under the PNP and a PJ Patterson, them cut up over 200 lots and sold those lots to people who could buy them. Not at any exorbitant rate, because I'll tell you that the lot that I bought in there, me pay about $320,000 for it. Even though $320,000 back then did value more than 3 million and 3.2 now.
Right.
Yeah. So I bought that lot in there, and over 200 people bought lots in there. So I saw a lady when I was campaigning with Crawford, and she said to me, she lived in there, near to me. And she said to me, said, so, you know, beg me for vote for your candidate, but me know her as a Labourite. So, me say, yo, me man. No, man. You fi ask me. So I say, all right, may I ask you for vote for me candidate? You must be mad. You must be mad. PNP never do nothing for me. I say, but see you get land for buy, a PNP make you get land for buy. You know? A housing just me get my money from. Me say that a PNP too.
Yeah, right.
So those kind of things make us as comrades proud. We can point to the things that our party have implemented in this country. And I call them policy legacy. Those kind of policy last and serve over many years.
Colin, picture this. A government that poor for almost 10 years and not one learning institution, Colin.
Go again?
The government that poor for actually 10 years and not even one learning institution.
Sure, man. They don't need to build none, brother. They don't need to build none. Big up yourself, though. I'm going to run.
All right.
Mr. Watson up at Bart Spring. He's 100 years old today. And my classmate, my schoolmate, Celie called me today. And said, if you big you up, Mr. Watson, for your 100th birthday down there in Bart Spring. And I want to say belated birthday greetings to Bob. I told you about birthday too. No, I'm not delayed. I'm not belated then. Bob Marley, Mr. Wright, former ex-sergeant of police, right? A corporal never reach sergeant. Think he reach sergeant. Natalie father. Upon him birthday today, big up yourself. My brother, upon your birthday. May God continue to bless both of you and bless you richly. Yeah, man. But Mr. Watson is 100. Not even know, said that man. Eh? Oh, Rita birthday was yesterday? Belated happy birthday, Rita. Big up yourself. Me like a Clark, so you send for me. I want an orange one. I know you can't find the orange one for me. Yes, my people. So, Port Antonio Hospital. What is going on with the elevator up there? I just get some report that the elevator at the Port Antonio Hospital, at least 5 times since this year, it's stuck with people already. I hear that it's stuck Sunday, and some people were in there for about 15 minutes in the elevator up on my hospital. Me say one of the lady have to take off her blouse when them finally get it to open man and draw them out. Because it's stuck in the middle. So what is going on with the elevator at the Port Antonio Hospital? Calling on the people to sort out the elevator at the Port Antonio Hospital. Give it a proper fix, please. Proper fix. Some people, it has been a good evening. Teaching, giving the information. There's something that I want to talk about. Because I see some people. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hold the line for me. I see some people getting on Danishka case. Because Danishka say the $1 billion TikTokers, Ray. Now, if you are a content creator in Jamaica, you can get assistance. You will be able to get assistance from that $1 billion that the PNP going to put in place for the creative industry. If you are a singer, you can get help. If you are a DJ, a dancer, you want to set up a studio, you have an idea for a good event, all of that you can get help from that $1 billion. Promoters, sound system operator, you want to fix up your sound, you can get help. Yes, caller, go ahead.
Hello, Colin.
Yeah, man.
Hello.
Good.
Bless you, my brother.
Yeah, man.
You touch a very important point about the land there, Portland.
Yeah.
You know. Well, me can endorse you within a Southwest St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Lona. We're supposed to hear about Lona, right?
Yeah.
My land when me get the opportunity to buy was $348,000. $348,000. You can't come right now. Me not talk about the house again. You can't come with less than 3.5 or $4 million.
No, you see, which part me tell us I buy that lot for 300,000. A $6 or $7 million them lot they sell for right now.
Well, right now,
you can't walk in that scheme and look for nobody lot and talk about anything under $6 million.
You understand? So when them attack, Colin, they don't know what them attack about, because of PJ Patterson and the PMP make me could allow, because 1989, JLP, we do want to sell out in the Bruce School and we want to sell out the land, the 2 big man down St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We fight them and take it away, and then develop under PJ, and we allow me to get my lot,
Mm-hmm.
So get, I mean, to get the opportunity, that's me could have buy it, My wife, I met was $6,000. I'm not afraid to say it. I found $6,000 was, we couldn't afford to pay a $6,000 a month we used to pay at the bank,
Brother, when me build the first house, there must be $11,000 I pay for a ton of steel.
You me say?
Yeah, man.
So my brother, all me can tell you, say, man, keep up the good work, because a whole heap of things we learn. I never even remember from back in the days come up.
Yeah.
Where you people open our eyes,
Yes.
And a whole heap, and me I tell you, say, well, no, me 65 this year.
Big up yourself, man.
And me I learn a whole lot me I learn. So me know why some of we can learn how to say JLP this, JLP that. Right now, flight green, me don't know when to do here.
You understand?
Agriculture
And it's a-
fail, brother. And the man
There's a
ain't get
way-
money we could have fixed up agriculture. That vex me, you know. You see that 11.4 billion dollar with the man then give away? Actually, man don't know me vex about that. That could have brought us to a place where whole heap of things would have stopped importing in the country.
Of course.
Give it to farmers as a cheap loan, anywhere between 1 to 3%. You'll get it back and you can use it. You could have used it as a revolving loan. So after a certain amount of year, you could have give a next 50 farmer one next $250 million to build up them farm that we can start feed ourselves as a people and stop young people garbage.
Yeah. And the same thing my lady talk about the one goat where she start with and she will have 15. So you can imagine if you even have 100 people by a one goat,
but
how much you will have now?
What may I say? When you see that $11.4 billion there, you could have find a man who have 100 goats. Yeah. And him have a little farmer struggle with and you say, all right, here we are. We are going to fix you up. We are going to turn in a big farmer. Government land there all about. We are carry around here, so see piece of land here. We are give a loan here. We are give a manager from RADA to help you manage the farm. Extension officer. So you're going to bring that man up to 1,000 goat, you know, brother.
Well, all right.
You
You something to you, Colin.
I saw you grow country, you know.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know along the saying, you know, loaner.
Who that?
Right? No, man, no, a loaner. From a Black, St. Elizabeth, Black River.
No.
But the housing scheme there. All right. This 3/4 of the land right now, you know, not develop it, you know. The housing, you know, and it's from a loaner straight back to one place, don't go down to Brompton, named Oxford. So you have 1,000 acre land same way in the middle part. We enjoying to Brompton, Spring Park, and back to Lona.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's a PMP I come back and deal with that. Big up yourself, yes. Keep up, continue, keep up a good work, yes, and bless you. God bless you.
Big up
God
yourself.
bless you, my brother. All right.
Man. All right. So, my listeners and my viewers, I want to thank the item. Saturday morning, we're going to have Philip Paulwell as our guest. We're going to be talking about energy. Because to fix Jamaica, we have to fix the energy problem that we have in Jamaica. Our light bills are too high. We are paying some of the highest light bill in the world. The Caribbean have the highest energy costs. We can't continue that way. It's something that we have to fix. And if the PNP coming into government and say them are going to govern well, we have to look on that.
One of the 4 deputy managing directors of the IMF.
So, see the clip here now with Nigel Clark. Now, tell me if this man isn't a hypocrite. This man was the finance minister. Hear what the man say, know that him daddy IMF.
The details. Former Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, who is now one of the 4 deputy managing directors of the IMF, says the cost of electricity in the Caribbean is one of the highest in the entire world, and as a result, there must be more investments in renewable energy. In order to support this recommendation, he pointed to the steep decline in the cost of renewable energy in recent times. Dr. Clark also called for digitalization of government and banking services in the region in order to reduce the cost of doing business and improving productivity. Main Event Entertainment Group is reporting a 27% drop in second quarter revenue.
Hold on. I'm not going to play that, but that's one more the company where I lose money. But here when Nigel Clark said, we need to fix the energy thing. Philip Paul will fix the phone problem that we had in Jamaica. He's going to fix energy in Jamaica. Saturday morning, join us. And people, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. I had over 900 people watching the program. I'm going to have 332 likes. I'm going to like up the thing before I leave, no man. Like up the thing before I leave, please and thanks. So Nigel Clark sat here when Ralston Hyman said, we used to say to him, say, brother, you pay extra money upon the debt and the road them a mash up. Because that is one of Andrew Holness' legacy, you know. Andrew Holness sat down for 8 years and allow all our roads and bridges to deteriorate. And then the year of election, he might come with Reach, he might come with Sparks, all kind of program. After we suffer for 8 years. Then what you going to do if you win again? You going to suffer for 8 more years and wait till election come and run rub butter our mouth. We are not puss, brother. We are not puss. You hear? So, remember now, like up the channel, If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. We are on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We are less than 100 subscription away from 5,000. Get some people from me be an ambassador to Portland Spice TV. Big up on yourself. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace, now and forevermore. Until we meet again Saturday morning, big up on yourself. Love you. Mr. Watson, happy birthday for your 100. Big up yourself, Corporal Wright. One love.